How was the shade Food Videos even Jeffree Star approved? Like, how did this get through him? I've gotta say, that was one of the patchiest eyeshadows I've ever used, and I've used the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. That's saying a lot.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? I know what you are thinking. Another conspiracy tutorial. I'm sorry, I really just can't stop doing these conspiracy tutorials. I'm just overly inspired. And it was a pretty big launch. So here I am again with another conspiracy tutorial. I was actually getting ready for an event, so enjoy this eye look that we come up with together. I really wanted to play around with the greens in this palette as I haven't really done that before. So I thought it'd be cool to do that with you guys and do some fun liner and, I don't know, something more neutral but nice and green and poppy, I guess. Alright, let's get into it. So I'm starting off with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Natural Beige. No surprise there. I always use this to prime my eyes and kind of just set a base and basically cancel out any discoloration on my eyelids to set a perfect base for our eyeshadow. So I'm just blending out with my finger. Like I said, not another surprise. I always blend it out with my finger. Now I'm dipping into the shade Tanacon, my favorite transition shade. I'm going to be building this up on my crease. This shade is kind of very similar to my skin tone. So if I swatch this shade, it's basically my skin tone. But when I put it on my eyelids on top of this concealer and I build it up, it is a very stunning transition shade. And even though Diet Root Beer is a little darker, I feel like I like this one a little better just because of the tone. Now I'm dipping into the shade Food Videos. Now this is where it got a little tricky. I kept on building the shade, and I've used the shade Food Videos before, but I've only used it as an inner corner highlight, I believe, and under my lash line, so I didn't really use it. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but this is the first time I kind of used it on the lid. And let me say, this shade was patchy. It looks nothing like the pan. The pan, it's like nice and vibrant, but on my lids, it really took a lot of building for it to get to that neon yellow, or else it was very subtle, which I guess for some people could be nice, but I was expecting a lot of more pigment, and I have to say I'm disappointed. This is just me judging the formula and judging the one color. This was the only color I had trouble with in the palette. If I'm being completely honest, no hate or any, I love the palette, but this was the one shade that I did have some trouble with and was a little patchy, and I had to keep blending it out and building.
Wow, that looks literally nothing like what it looks in the pan over here. Watch this, guys. See all the dustiness? That too, I did that off camera for a little bit, and this much is still coming off. Well, now it's less, but when I first dusted it off, there was a lot of powder in the air.
So now I'm dipping in to the shade What's the Tea. It's the first time I'm using this shade, and I was really excited because it's this really pretty minty blue, and I'm starting to pack that over the yellow shade Food Videos, which we really didn't have the best time with, which I was very surprised that we didn't have the best time because, like I said, when I used it on my inner corner, I guess, and packed it on more, it looked good, but now when I kind of just laid it over my lid, it was a little too dusty and powdery. Now I'm dipping into the shade Conspiracy, and I'm putting that on my finger. I honestly just think that shimmer shades are the best with your finger. They're bomb when you blend it out with your finger. So I'm starting off, and well, I'm not starting off. That's the first shimmer I'm going to use. So I'm starting off with that for my shimmer and blending that out on top of What's the Tea. And I'm also feathering out to where there is no shadow. Now I'm dipping into a precise flat brush and dipping into the shade Illuminati. It is this very beautiful dark forest green. I've got to say this shade is a very stunning shade. I really don't have a shade as greeny as this. Like, I have a shade that's green, but it's kind of with a darker undertone. I've never seen one with this, I guess, bright green Christmas type of undertone, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool, so I kind of put that on my edge and then blended that into the shade Conspiracy. I kind of wanted a cool, like, yellow to green ombre going on, but that yellow ended up just kind of turning green because, like I said, it was not very pigmented, and it needed a lot of packing, and it still was a little too subtle than what it looks like in the palette and in the pan, which I was honestly a little let down by, not gonna lie, but the other shades performed amazing. Now I'm dipping into the shade My Rise here, and woo, this is your perfect black. If you want that intense black, if you want to really get going, this is your black. So I lightly feathered this out because, like, I really wasn't looking for something that was too black or too deep. I kind of wanted this to kind of fade into the green and almost become a darker green but black at the same time, and this did the job. You kind of just have to pat into the pan and not really dig into there, and then slowly and kind of with less pressure, apply that to the outer corner and bring it into the crease. And now for the inner V of my eye, kind of a little closer to where we put the shade Illuminati, I'm just deepening that a bit, and just doing the inner V. That's it. I'm not going to go on the outer corner. Now I'm going back with the shade Tannicon and blending out the edges so that they are nice and smooth. Also, don't mind my messy eyebrows. Yeah, I need to get them done. Trust me, I got the message. So I'm blending that out, making sure everything looks nice and blended and perfected. Now I'm going back with the shimmer shades that we used. The first shade up is Illuminati. So I'm going back with that shade. And I am putting that all over, and then also putting in the shade Conspiracy and putting that over. Now I'm going back with the shade My Rides here, and I am just kind of doing a soft wing, but kind of bringing back to the inner V, and also kind of going over a little bit into my crease, just deepening things up just a little bit. Now I'm dipping in with the Mia Adora Unshakable, this is a really long name, eyeliner, and making a nice wing. You could really do lashes or eyeliner or both, whatever you want to do, but I opted to do lashes and mascara. Not lashes and mascara, liner and mascara instead of lashes. Also, if you guys also have this problem where you don't like shiny eyeliner, I'm taking the shade My Rides here, and I'm just mattifying the liner that I used, because the liner that I used, the Mia Adora one, is a little shiny, which I don't enjoy, but I literally just mattify it with the shade My Rides here, and I'm good to go. Plus, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't get anywhere. It's perfect. Honestly, it's the best hack ever. And of course, I'm taking my makeup remover wipe and creating that wing, especially with the eyeliner. It's okay if you get a little messy and go a little, I guess, not sharp. You can always clean it up with a makeup remover wipe. Now it is time for our lower lash line. I am baking, so don't mind my bake. I'm taking the Morphe E36 brush, and holy pigment! This flaming hot shade was pigmented. Good thing I had my bake on, or else this shade would have been all over my face and it would have ruined all my base makeup. Now I'm dipping into the shade Ranch, and this is going to be our inner corner highlight. Like I said, you guys know the drill. I always use my finger for inner corner highlights. It just works the best. And I'm also, after putting that into the inner corner and blending it out with my finger, I'm also going to be tapping a little bit into my brow bone. Like I said, my eyebrows are messy, so I didn't want to make it too out there, but I still kind of wanted it to look a little nice, So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to be cute. I kind of got ready with you guys on camera, and I've got to say it was pretty fun. Like I said, if you want to go a little more boom, I guess, with the makeup, you could always add lashes. I always think that they complete the look the most, and this look kind of does call for lashes. Now, I loved all the colors in the palette. I've got to say the shade Food Videos, not really my favorite, but one shade out of the 18 shades in the palette, so you're still getting a good bang for your buck. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you soon next week. Bye bye!